got that emergency brake plate going to straighten out. He's going to see how far off we are. That got warped when I dropped the axle on the ground. Did get the brakes flipped the right way on the other side. Got to get the drum back on. And then the heat dispersing plate for the motor is still being brazed. But we don't need to put that back on right away. I did get those other parts, and I'll put some pictures of those on there. That transverse leaf spring and the front spindles all painted up, and then I'll have to do some touch-up work on the back of the axle. I get to film Dave doing all the work today. It's great. He just picked up that leaf from California for his brother's Model A, electric Model A. That'll be cool. Shop boss Lovejoy. Heart loves Dave. She loves herself too.
courtesy of Brother Paul.
Get the big boy out. Dave's brother Paul is the one we're doing the Mustang pedal car for, which is almost done with bodywork finally.
I'm going to call that close enough.
Awesome. Awesome. So then this back plate right here is what this is right here. And before I get it all wired and painted and everything, which I've cleaned it up quite a bit, this bar is actually bent. So I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm just going to put it in a vise and give a couple whacks, see how straight we can get it. And then I'm going to go ahead and get it, finish a little bit of sanding and get it primed and painted so that it will be ready to reattach as well. Awesome. So I've just put it in the vise here and looks like we've got that. I'm going to leave it gripped. I've kind of a few taps and try to get it to remember, and maybe I'll reclamp it a few times until we get it straight as the one on top, which is pretty straight. So in Dave's other shop. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Awesome. So it looks like it's pretty flat now, which is really nice. This was the straight side here. And then this was the side that was bent. So just put it in the vise, gripped it a few times, put it on the table, gave it a couple of slaps with the hammer for some motivation, and it looks like it's pushing in the right direction. So now I'm just going to get it all sanded, and I'll get this primed and painted so it will be ready for assembly as well. And we've almost got all the parts for the emergency brake. Once we're done with this section, we should be done with the rear end. I do have, Dave has that heat displacing motor mount piece for the electric motor that got chipped being brazed, so we haven't got got that back, and when I get that back, we can always paint and mount it, but it doesn't actually need to be mounted for us to finish doing what we're doing. So anyways, we'll continue. Well, I pretty much got it all touched up paint, which is nice. I have the drum ready to go back on, so just gonna let it dry, but the rest of the axle looks really decent. So I was able to get all the spots that I missed pretty much and get the other drum, so it looks good again. So that's really nice. I'm going to throw the other side back on. We'll probably be out tomorrow or the next day. And then I did go ahead and start doing the back mount for the emergency brake. And then we have all the little pieces out here drying. So everything rocking and rolling. So anyways, hope the video is going good. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, welcome back. I know we were right in the middle of getting ready to put this emergency brake back together. What we were doing though is we were clearing the top of Fillmore. That way we can go ahead and get some things done. Let me switch this camera around. Awesome. So we took the tray off the back of Fillmore. We're working on measuring out for these battery packs. What we're actually going to do is we have another buddy helping us out. And we're going to cut these and move them out and then weld them in so that we can have, we want 2 batteries over here. This is a brand new battery, but these are the size of all 4 of them. And then we will have 2 over here. So we were getting this all cleared off, which means I had to take the top off. And so I'm working on making a stand right now for the axle. And what I'm going to do is not only set it up so we can get the emergency brake put back together, which we'll be doing, but also so that we can hook the motor up to this and go ahead and run all the wiring. I'd like to run all the wiring outside of Fillmore. That way we make sure the motor, all the switches are working, everything like that, and lights and that sort of thing too. So I'm going to set this up so not only can I get the brake back together, but this is also going to be set up so we can get the motor back on and we can do the testing of the motor, rear end, everything all at once, which means we will be putting gear oil and everything into this once we get everything ready to test. So that's what was going on. That's why it's taken me a bit longer. I know we've had all the emergency brake stuff laid out to get done for a while, and I believe everything is all painted and ready to throw back together inside of this box. So anyways, that's our update. I'm just going to make sure we got level on both sides. So now I think I'm going to put a brace in between the front here. That way just the motor can rest on it, because we're going to have a lot more weight. If we have any issues, that'll help it. And I may put a piece of strap or set up for a strap to hold it down. We'll see. Anyways, we'll keep going. Awesome. So I went ahead and put a crossbar going across. These are all the same height, and then I drilled a hole, so I have a strap that is going across here and strapping to the other side where I've drilled a hole. I put another brace on this side. This is where we're going to be putting the emergency brake back together, which we've been talking about for a little while now. And then on this side, I've put this crossbar, which when we mount our when we mount our motor, I'm hoping that this bar will hold it up. We may have to unscrew it and lower it down, but I think this is at the right level, that once the motor's mounted, this is going to give it some bracing. The strap will help. It's going to keep us tight, make sure we're not moving. Once we get the motor mounted, I'm going to hook it up and see if we can get it to run this back axle just on this stand like this. So that was the point in building the stand. I was going to do it after I got the emergency brake on, but we got it done now. So so next time we will be putting the emergency brake together finally, and then we can use this to go ahead and test and make sure that the rear end, the motor, and everything else is functional, as well as making sure the wire harness that we have for it's going to be functional. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't yet, like, comment, subscribe, let us know how we're doing. Say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
We'll see you guys next time.